Brad from Audio T. Today I've travelled to Southend-on-Sea, again to this lovely Ruark headquarters, to the man himself, Alan O'Rourke, and thank you for having me.
Pleasure.
It's always nice to come down here and see the team, and it's always
nice to have you.
Thank you very much. And it's always nice when there's something new to look at.
Yeah, and exciting as well.
Something exciting, something very aesthetically pleasing, especially for those who have a bit of a love for the mid-century design. And what we're talking about today is the first of the 100 series, the 410.
410, yeah.
Yeah. So, tell us a little bit about this and the where it came from, because obviously the R series is something that's well established.
Yes. Yeah. I think the R series was, obviously it was original. We launched that back in 2006. Mm-hmm. And so it's been successful for us, and the R series is going to remain. So what we've really done is split the range into two. So we have the R series, which is really, I suppose, our entry level models, like the R1, the R2, the R3, the MR1s.
Yep.
And we just thought it was time for a bit of a refresh, update, and to move in a slightly new direction. Because I think every now and then you have to. You can be, if you keep doing that same path, it becomes a little bit boring for us too. So it's just nice to rock on something completely new. I guess the R series was more 60s in its style, sort of thing. And if you look around now, everything's going more 70s in that sort of look. But good, 70s had some pretty tacky stuff, but also there was some really good stuff in the 70s too. Yeah, there's some great music in the 70s. Yeah, but and some bad music.
Well, yeah.
But so this was gone more for a 70s style. So as always, we're always looking at aesthetics first, because we like our products to be eye-catching. We realise that there's something that people are going to want to put on display in their homes. So and so it's gone for a cleaner, sharper look. One thing straight away, I wanted to do something a little bit different with the grille. I think so many products these days just we started the trend of using the mottled cloth.
Yeah.
We were there first, then it seemed that everyone started to do something similar.
Yeah.
And we wanted something that wasn't so easy for people to copy.
No.
So this grille on the R410, this slatted wood grille, I think it's bang on for what's around at the moment, but there's a lot of engineering just gone into that grille alone. It's not like a wooden frame that you can then just cover in cloth. This has so many multiple processes to achieve this look and this finish. And then with the cabinet, we've gone for a sharper, cleaner look, the beveled edges. And I think if you go to, like key design shops like Heels and Conran, the furniture you see there now is very much has a look to it.
There's a lot of, I think we discussed in the video when I came last year, there's a lot of mid-century style still about today in people's homes, and now moving into that sort of more 70s vibe. It fits in perfectly, but you could quite easily put it with a shag pile carpet, but it fits in very nicely with today's sort of modern contemporary spin on those. I think it looks fantastic. And when you talk about the grille and its design, are there any acoustic elements to it? Or is it purely...
Not really. I mean, it's just purely making it look beautiful. Making something that
which it does.
You'd want to have in your home. We've re-engineered the roto-dial. So the roto-dial has always been a key feature. So that's been completely revamped. We've gone for a ring encoder, so it has a much more solid feel to it than the original one had a slight wobble to it. So this just feels really nice with a click button in the centre. The controls, we just tried to up everything in terms of the quality of everything has been improved, taken up another level.
And before we get into the sort of technical nitty gritty of it, I believe there's some sort of eco-friendly veneer that you were using now.
Yes. So this veneer is actually a man-made veneer. It's originally the original process came out of Italy by a company called Alpi.
Right.
And what they do, they grow a plantation like poplar trees and things like that, and they then mash them up and pulp them, and then reconstitute them. And by dyeing dyeing the tree into layers and then pushing them back together and reforming logs and then cutting them, then you get these amazing effects. Nice thing about it, it's always consistent. One thing with real woods, it's always been a issue we found, is that you look at one sample and you think, oh, that's beautiful. It's got all these lovely curves in the patterns, and you get another one. It's fairly plain. The good thing with this is that you can keep that consistency, and because it's plantation grown, you can get like real slow growing hardwood effects, but without the ecological impact. So. Yeah, and the other good thing about it is that it's not prone so much to the effects of sunlight, so it's more UV friendly.
Okay.
So I think it's one thing that you might have your unit sitting out there if it's in the sunlight.
Yeah.
Very quickly it'll change colour.
So is this a finish that's going to be used across the ranges, or is it exclusive to the 100 series?
Right. So this finish is going to be exclusive to the 100 series to start with. We may carry it across in the future, but we'll see where it goes. But so this is going to be an exclusive 100 series finish. Nice.
And obviously, as well as this lovely walnut, are we calling this walnut?
Yeah, we call it fused walnut.
Fused walnut, lovely. And as well as this, it's grey, I believe.
And grey and soft grey, which looks stunning.
Yeah.
Because I think this looks more traditional. But the soft grey cabinet, the lacquered cabinet, with the same walnut grille,
complements the grille quite well.
Really, it's a nice contrast. And actually, interesting enough, the sales out, we've always been more erring towards walnut, but we've seen that the soft grey has been very popular so far.
I think, talking about like the era that the designs come from, there's a lot of companies now bringing out products like anniversary products, and they're all starting to introduce walnut, but you guys have been doing it for a while now. And I think it's an iconic look. And
I guess walnut is actually was a very 70s.
Yeah.
Along with teak, but we don't talk about teak.
We don't talk about teak, no.
So that was one. But it changed colour so quickly.
Yeah.
It looked nice out of the box, but yes.
So obviously, I've listened to this prior to coming down today, and I was blown away by the quality of it. I think it's difficult in these videos. People will just look at it and go, "It's another box speaker." What is it you guys have done to really bring that sound across? Because there are some changes to previous ranges that will probably make this more a sophisticated product, shall we say, over the predecessors and other products that you do. So what if you had to describe what you've done, talk us through the process.
I guess again we've gone right back to basics. The new drivers in the R series, we developed a 3-inch full range drive unit, which and it was quite a small drive unit with surprising performance. But and that was a full range drive unit, whereas for the 100 series there will be tweeters in all of them. So we've got this base mid unit in the R410 and a tweeter as well.
Right.
So you get that real sparkle at the top end. And as I was saying earlier, we've treated it, rather than having lots of drive units, we have kept it simple. So it's like a little stereo system in one box, but the drive units have been tuned, so all this area in the box allows the speaker to breathe properly, and it's on the bottom. You can see it ported on the bottom.
Yeah.
You see it's tubes down there. So
we'll just try not to drop it.
Yeah, so you get it's really rich. And be honest with you, even when we start looking at analysing the parameters and everything like that, but even from the moment we switched it on, we were somewhat surprised, thinking, this sounds it sounds better than even we thought it would.
That's the reaction I had. I sort of sat down, put some music on, and I was like, wow, where's that sound coming from?
Yeah.
And as you say, some competitors and some of your previous designs, there'll be speakers all over the shop in different configurations. Yeah. Is this more like two hi-fi speakers just on their side then?
Yeah, in essence it is. I mean, we haven't, and this unit doesn't have a subwoofer.
No.
So you haven't got that crossover between the mid-ranges and the bass. So what you just have is this seamless, these little long throw bass mid units have just give you performance right away from the bottom. This seamless sound right the way up to the crossover point, about 2.5K. They cross over to the tweeter.
Yep.
And then the tweeter takes you right up. As you get with a hi-fi speaker, you get that real sparkle and
Yeah.
ambience that you don't get with a single 4-range drive unit.
Now, something that the keen, eagle-eyed viewer might realise is this doesn't have a CD on it anymore.
No.
So what was the thought process behind that? Because I appreciate there's some crazy porting going on for the speakers to keep that quality there. Was that the only decision for the removal of the CD?
I think we found that it was a hard decision. I mean, some say a brave decision not to include CD anymore, but it was really, this product was about streaming. And we'll come on to that later on. So with so much, but you can add a CD player to it.
Yeah, I'm all right in saying you can attach a CD-ROM drive to the back.
Yeah, you've got the USB-C socket on the back, and because in essence this is a Linux-based system, it's a computer. Like say a little computer, it's quite a powerful computer built in here that controls all the display. As soon as you plug like you do on your computer, as soon as you plug a CD-ROM drive in, it recognises it, it comes up on the display. And you can play CDs just as you would, use the skip buttons and...
Just fully integrated.
Fully integrated.
Brilliant.
And then if you decide you don't want to play CDs anymore, you just unplug it and put it back in the cupboard until the next time you think of playing the CD again. So,
and there we go.
So there was that. And the other issue that was more of an issue for us is that through the lifetime of the R series, we had to change the CD drives 3 or 4 times at least, because one by one, getting a good quality CD drive, they're stopping making them because there's not that demand, because it was driven by the car market. That's where the volume really was, and you can't buy a car with a CD drive these days.
I suppose really that's one less thing to go wrong with it then at the end of the day.
It's a big plus. Because I have to say that most of our service issues generally CD related.
Right. So
the reliability, the speakers, the amplifiers, and everything like that very seldom go wrong. Occasional display might be occasionally a display, but CDs will always.
Yeah.
So either people stick things in them or something like that. So we feel with this we've got a really nice compromise that you can add a CD if you want, but I mean, you're probably saying I've got a shed load of CDs.
Yeah.
And I don't play them.
No, I've got boxes of CDs that after I moved house last have stayed in their boxes. So it's just, but I won't get rid of them.
No.
I just can't.
Absolutely. No, so, I think they are. I mean, I do occasionally get them out. Likewise, the 410's got a moving magnet phono stage built in.
Okay, I was actually going to ask that, because obviously before we get into the world of streaming, I was going to ask about the vinyl. So that's got the preamp built in already.
So you can plug like a Riga turntable into there, no problem at all. It's got the phono stage already built in, so you don't need to buy a phono preamplifier. So we've looked at, so if people do want to play what you call heritage CDs.
Yeah, of course.
Turntable, this is fully set up for it.
And in terms of other connectivity, is HDMI
as well.
So realistically, this could become the central, for those people that don't want multiple boxes, this could become the central audio system for the home, basically.
Yeah, I've got one of these. I've got a nice Samsung frame TV on the wall. I've got this sitting below it, just on a like a sideboard.
Yeah.
And HDMI in there, and as you know, it's ARC, EARC.
Yep.
So it's the audio return channel.
Yeah.
So it only looks after the audio, but the nice thing is when you put your TV on, it automatically switches, and you can control the volume using the TV remote.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about using the separate remotes.
Oh, that's brilliant. So it sounds like you've thought about everything in terms of...
We've tried to. But it's been a lot of work.
And then, so let's move on to the streaming side of things. In terms of playback, what apps can you use with this?
So it's got AirPlay 2 built in, Chromecast built in. Built in. You've got Spotify Connect built in, Tidal Connect built in. Qbuzz is coming, but you can do Qbuzz through AirPlay or Chromecast. So there's pretty much, it covers everything as it stands pretty much everything you want. But as we said earlier, because it is such a powerful system with room to spare, if any services were likely to come along in the future, we can easily add them.
So it's something that can easily be updated via installs, basically.
Yeah, over the air. So we would be, so the over the air updates. I mean, it's as you can see on the. So one thing we think differentiates our products from a lot of others is the display. We like the fact that you can see what's playing.
Yeah, I like that as well. It makes a difference, and it's a bit more engaging.
Yes.
Now, when I first saw this, I thought it was a phone that was stuck there, and then my second thought was, why is it off centre? Now, I can imagine that if that was there, it probably wouldn't look right.
No, it's right. Yeah.
Did you try it with that in place?
Never, because we always like. I mean, even look at all our products. They've always got something that sets them
just something off.
And it's like like your face.
Yeah.
You see someone with a mirror,
perfectly symmetrical face.
It
just
weird.
Yeah.
It's and I think that's exactly, and that's it. Just something that makes it interesting. But being perfectly symmetrical doesn't really.
No.
To us doesn't work anyway.
Like I've said to you off camera, I love it. I think it looks fantastic. My wife loves it, and I'm probably going to have to get one for the dining room. So it's. Are there any plans to do any other colours in the future? Do you think, or?
We've been asked. I mean, we have some samples with piano lacquer. So like a black piano lacquer. That's something we'll be looking at introducing probably next year.
Yeah.
We've been, and we know, particularly in the Far East, where we've got growing markets in Singapore, Thailand, Malaysia, and I'm just starting in India. In fact, in a few weeks' time, next Friday, we're going out to India to do a launch out.
Oh wow!
Product. So that's going to be, and they like piano blacks and glossy bling.
I can't deal with it personally. I just finger marks. Everything just shows finger marks.
We dust it every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or twice a day, because it just shows it's there. I think the natural. I've gone for a natural look.
Yeah, absolutely. So going back to talking about this looking like a phone, obviously. I suppose people consume music in a very visual way now because they are using their phones, they're using the apps, they're seeing the album covers and things like that. Yeah, was that something that you really thought about in terms of when you were making that? Because you could have quite easily just had a small display.
Yeah. No, I mean, we wanted to have full colour, so this is apart from the R1S, this is our first product with a full colour display, but we wanted it to be a good colour display. So it had to be almost, I wouldn't say it's quite as high res as say an iPhone, but it's not far off. And as you see, I mean, here we've got radio playing. When you're listening to Spotify or Tidal, the album artwork's up there.
Nice.
You've got the track name underneath playing, and it's just as you would see it on your phone. And I think the nice thing about it is that when you are, but rather than you hear a track playing and think, oh, what's that? You've got to rush over to your phone, up and it's there.
You can see it from across the room because it's a nice big display.
It's a nice big display.
Standby mode, we've got.
Standby. When you go to standby, you've got a nice the time there.
You've got your time, your date, and it's nice subtle view.
Yeah, and also, I mean, if I go back, see it back on again, and you go to places like. We've created our own artwork. So if we go to something like Line In, we've got these various random artworks that we.
When you said you created your own artwork, I thought it was going to be like that old Windows visualizer thing when you played the CD and it was all dancing around and things like that.
Well, if you play a CD, every time the track changes, you get a different track come, a different artwork come up, and we thought about in the future we can do a Christmas theme, it's a little software update, have a Christmas theme to your R410.
Why not throw it out there? Well, the roto-dial, like just even then we can't convey this in the video, but the quality of the buttons and the dial is just it's really good. It's a massive step up.
Yes,
I think am I fair in saying that this is a more sophisticated product to the R series, the 100, and that's where they're finding that defining difference between them?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. It's a in terms of its performance, its processing power, and I think everything about it. We just like to move things on, so we keep certain things like the roto-dial, I think, be a key part. I was doing a sort of press release yesterday for the R410 that's coming along next. I was talking about in the days of everything being touchscreen, I think that our roto-dial is just it's tactile. But it's nice it's still nice to press a button and to turn a knob. To turn, rather than running your finger across the screen, you get that positive feedback. I think, as we said, the nice thing with CDs or records, it's that I think we're lacking that. It's tactile. And I think this product is all about being tactile as well.
It's making the digital physical in its touch.
Yes,
tactile.
So it's got a nice feel to it. It looks great. You feel it. You turn it. It's that connection that you get. I think we hope that people. We like to think products. We make people products will fall in love with. And that will be their pride and joy in their home. I mean, I've said this so many times before, but at home I love coffee. And a good few years ago I treated myself to a proper espresso coffee machine.
What, bean to cup job or?
No, separate grinder.
Oh, okay.
No, separate grinder, sole grinder, and then but it's all chrome. It's got the proper, proper things. You don't just press the button. Here you've got to turn like levers and things you turn, and it's that same process. It's that tactility that making a coffee becomes a procedure. What do you call it? I can't think what the word is now, but it becomes like a.
Well, it's an event, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, it's like with for people that are just getting into vinyl, the process of taking it out the sleeve, putting it on the deck, moving the arm across. It becomes an event in itself.
Yes,
and I suppose you're absolutely right. That's what the dial does for you.
Yes.
We won't go into too much detail about the R410 because obviously that's something that we will hopefully talk about a bit later on in a different video. But where can you talk about where the 100 series is going? Is there a lot on the horizon for that, or?
Yes, there's at least beyond R410. There's at least 2 or 3 other products planned for the coming year. It'll probably we have a sort of 5-year product plan. So the R1 will always be our entry product. We've recently launched the R1S, which is the internet version, which is going very well. The R2's just picked up a 5 stars in What Hi-Fi, which
very nice.
Very happy about. The R3 is still I think if people want a little compact CD music system.
Well, it covers the bases that a lot of things don't.
But it doesn't do AirPlay, it doesn't do Comcast, it's got Spotify built in and things like that. So I think this is for people that take their music seriously. Streaming. It also has a really good media player built in. So if you have your music on a home server. So if you're somebody that still likes CDs, likes to rip your CDs to your little NAS drive or whatever, because it's super quick at picking up the. You can browse, you can search album artwork, and then again, so
it's the one box solution for your audiophiles and hi-fi enthusiasts, really. Those who are really serious about music. Well, there you had it. It's well, as I say, not blowing smoke, but I'm pretty sold on it. So it's
that's great.
I think they're fantastic sounding products. Can't wait to see what comes out from the rest of the 100 series. Do you think you'll have anything at the Bristol show next year?
Oh, definitely, yes.
Oh, exciting.
Yes.
Because, obviously, for those who attended the show, they would have seen the subwoofer. Which was a top secret at the time.
That's right. I mean, that's now it's just launched, and that's going down really well, I have to say.
Well, and again, hopefully we'll talk about that in another video in the near future. Well, thank you very much for watching. I've been Brad, this is Alan, and we've been at Ruark. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that jazz. And thanks very much.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye now.